Spartanburg, South Carolina is a beautiful town full of a charm all its own. It is rich in history, the arts, and home to some renowned restaurants. While a metropolitan area, it has a small town feel. It is located at the foothills of the mountains and is close to the trendy town of Greenville, South Carolina. I personally prefer Spartanburg because there are far less people and I have yet to run out of things to see and do. However, no matter where you visit, summer in South Carolina is harsh. Here are the 5 things my kids and I did in Spartanburg to keep cool during the summer on our vacation. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video so you can hear my final suggestion of how to beat the heat in the South. Number 1, try to find a camp. It can be weekly or monthly. The camp we chose was SDC. SDC is actually located in Greer, South Carolina, but I still put it on the list because I know Spartanburg has lots of camps. I personally just prefer this one for several reasons. First of all, my 18-year-old daughter went there when she was a kid. SDC offers dance, cheer, and has a preschool, so I know they're learning and having fun. The camp also has fun weekly themes, and I really do trust and love the staff. For me, even though it's not Spartanburg, it is so close that it is definitely worth the drive. The number 2 thing we did to beat the heat is we went to the Children's Museum of the Upstate. I really like this museum because it has really convenient parking. I also really like it because my kids had so much fun and I know that they were learning too. They pretended to be doctors, learned about animals, played in a tree house, and even worked at a grocery store. I liked that it had plenty to do for my 4-year-old and my 1-year-old. And I even found out that downstairs they were having a class for a little bit older kids too. My kids, they adore trains, so that was a big hit. Plus, their favorite thing to do was the water table. I really liked it because it represented the Packlet River and how we make energy. Plus, the water table had seats for smaller kids, and I just loved watching those babies play in the water. While in Spartanburg, you have to visit the stores. We went to my favorite store, which is the local Hiker, and then we went to Imagination Station. My son loved it. It was so nice to get to take my boys to a toy store like that because you don't really see those much anymore. I told my son that he could have one toy, and I was so impressed with how he took his time and picked out something that he really wanted. Of course, they also had a toy that I liked, which was the mini greenhouse. After shopping, we were so hot, and that's why the number 3 thing that I recommend you do to beat the heat is get ice cream. Now, my kids like ice cream from anywhere, but we walked to Hub City Scoops, and let me tell you, they have so many flavor options, and it was so yummy. Plus, I really liked how they decorated the inside of the building. The number 4 thing was actually accidental. I left my boys' swim trunks at home, so we had to take a trip to Westgate Mall, and my boys just loved that indoor play area. Now, it's nothing fancy, it's just like any other play area in any other mall, but they had the best time, which is proof to me that you can find things to keep cool that are free that your kids will like, because I had the hardest time getting my boys out of there. They did not want to leave. The number 5 thing I recommend is to find water. While in Spartanburg, I took my boys to the Spartanburg Airport Park. While there, my kids really enjoyed the water area. Plus, this park is nice because it's good for younger and older kids. It has a paved walking area, a picnic area, basketball courts, and bathrooms. And most importantly for my boys, it has plenty of room to run. While in Spartanburg, we also went to Barnett Park, which is a 7-acre park with sculptures and a fountain. This park is known to have a lot of annual events like Red, White, and Boom. I know Spartanburg has a lot of free places to play in the water, but these are just the 2 places that we went. And I know that Spartanburg has a paid water park, but because my kids are so young, I really prefer the areas where you can get into the water for free. As promised, my final suggestion for beating the heat in South Carolina, it's really a no-brainer, and that is do what you want to do, but do it early. For example, I love history and I want to share that with my boys. So I knew that going to Glendale Shoals Preserve was on our to-do list. This is a 13-acre preserve that is known for being one of the first settlements in the state. The area was actually discovered in 1567 by the Spanish. In 1750, immigrants had actually begun to settle in the area. 1773, the first mill was built for iron, but eventually it turned into a cotton factory, and the mill even produced cloth for the Confederacy. The mill continued to operate until 1961, but you can still enjoy the beautiful bridge and watch the water flow over the dam. Besides being historically significant, this area is great for looking for wildlife. You could see deer, beaver, otter, raccoons, and there are a lot of varieties of fish, reptiles, and birds in the area. The preserve also boasts a picnic area, local events, and is on Lawson's Creek. During our visit, I was surprised to find that there were so many informational plaques and that the garden was ripe with muscadines. While there, I also found out that there is a trail and it's about a half a mile long, but with the stroller, it was just a little too difficult, so we just enjoyed watching the river. If you decide to bring small children here, I'd be very careful. I didn't let mine very close to the river, and I definitely wouldn't let them play on any of the rocks. If you have any suggestions for the next time we visit the Upstate, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like it, and as always, thanks for watching.